Hello and welcome to Jabberjaw. I'm your host, Jessica Dawson Collier, and with me, as always, is Tyson Wheeler Dynas and Matthew David Smith. Guys, welcome.
Hello.
Good to see you again after many decades.
It has been a few moons, I think,
Yes.
since we've
A few supermoons.
a few
I hope-
supermoons.
Yeah.
Yes. The
I
only
hope the faithful haven't given up completely, which I know they haven't, because
I know.
what else do
We
they
like
got
to
going
we
on?
like to
No,
surprise
they're
you.
bugging.
Just when you think we're gone, we like to pull you back in.
That's
And, some more
That's
nonsense. Be like,
literally it.
checking your watch, and yep, all of you checking your watch for the next dropping. But we're back. We're
Yeah,
back. Some
it's
time passed. Some things
Yes.
happened.
things happened. Let's get into it.
Yeah. What all
What
happened?
What the hell happened? I don't even know. So I didn't even want to talk about this, but this, in my mind, this is like how much like shit has happened. I don't even think the whole Kelsey Taylor Swift thing was even occurring and it seems like we've had to listen to that shit for 6 months. So
It does.
I just that's where I'm framing my mind, and the amount of time that's passed. And that tragedy has befallen America, and it's our first.
I'm so over it.
So, oh my God.
Do you guys care? Like, can we just get this out of the way? Because I really don't care. And I have Swifties who are like borderline threatening to like end our friendship.
I had a
Wow.
unique experience. Was it yesterday? Yeah, I went to the adult beverage store to get something to drink for the game last night, and to finish up our baking experience, which we'll get into in a minute. And
Yes.
Anyway, I was behind these two women. I'm going to say they were in their mid to late to early 30s. I'm not a. Jesus Christ, Pete. What the fuck? I know. Cat's in the corner. All right. Go lay down. So, hey, no, that's not funny.
Dogs,
Um,
am I right? Yeah.
that's
Oh, wait.
not.
Cats.
That's
It's
not
all
funny.
cats. Yeah.
Yeah, the dog. Dog's like, what do you
Dogs
mean?
and cats. Dogs and
Fuck,
cats.
this is hilarious. So anyway, I was at the adult beverage store, and in front of me were these two women. Oh yeah, got to that point in the story. Here's the part of the story where I say I couldn't age a woman if I had to. She's either 13 or 45. I don't know. I'm bad at that. Okay. And just
Yes,
for
you are.
my safety and society, they're all 45. So anyway,
Yeah, that works.
clocks. So these two of them were in front of me. And they were both. One was wearing a Chiefs jersey, Patrick Mahomes. The other one was wearing a Kelsey jersey, seemingly with nothing underneath it. So they were wearing short shorts or something. I don't know.
Of course.
Or scorch a thing anymore. Anyway, so they
Fashion.
were wearing those very tanned legs. I noticed that right away. I was like, holy moly. I just want to warn the kids about skin cancer. But so like, and I can kind of tell that they're just kind of like, like if have you ever been behind somebody at a liquor store and they're like, ooh, these look fun, and they're like looking at all the little fucking dollar
Yes.
drinks, and you're like, that's
Yeah.
great. Anyway, they're talking, yada, yada, yada. I look down. One girl is wearing white cowboy boots with black or like brown black flares on them, and the other one is wearing some white boots, but the heel is completely covered in uh, silver sparkle, like like the kind of stuff you would put on like uh, posters, like what do they
Glitter?
call it?
Glitter?
Glitter, yeah, like just
Okay.
solid glitter.
It
And
wasn't bedazzled. It wasn't just like a bunch of those fake jewels, like
no, it was straight glitter.
shotgunned on the.
Like
Yeah. Okay.
I'm raised by dancers, I know the difference. And so like not sequins, not nothing. They were definitely that. And so I should have done what every nearly 50-year-old man should do and say nothing, because no woman wants to talk to a 50-year-old man at the liquor store. But what I did say was, "Wow, you ladies really stepped up your shoe game today." And they both
Tice.
kind of looked at me. And then the one girl with the boots, or with the sparkly boots, she goes, "Thank you. These took forever to make." And I'm like, "I'm sure
Oh
they
my
did."
god.
And so anyway, they turned around, and then they paid, and then they left. And all the while walking and looking at stuff on the way out, and like anyway. And so the girl behind the counter, I was just like, I don't think those were real football fans. I think they were Swifties. And she looked at me like I had two heads. She's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And I'm like, "You live in Kansas City." Like, but I didn't say that either. I was just like, because she was also probably she was between 12 and 45. So I just was like, "Ugh." So anyway, it is happening and it is around. And I'm sure that they were going to a watch party because that's a thing that the Swifties do now. Apparently, they go to watch parties, and
Watch
then
what?
to watch to see
To
if they
watch
can.
the game to see the shots of Taylor and
Yeah.
it's a whole thing on TikTok too
Oh,
of
that's
like
really
little girls
lame.
finally watching the game with their dad, and then once they see Taylor on the screen screaming their heads off, like losing their shit. Yeah,
Okay,
Okay,
so
this is the most coordinated PR stunt at all time.
it is.
Go ahead. 'Cause,
Yeah, props to whoever thought of this, but
absolutely
it's
right.
gone way
Yeah,
too far.
yeah.
It
It
really
has.
has. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will
Anyway,
say
sorry, Tice.
oh, that's
Yeah.
fine. So anyway, I did think it was funny that so yeah, this is obviously a thing in Kansas City. I don't know. I sent these guys a picture of a Kelsey cookie cake with a heart around it that's pink and and then it's just like and like so everybody's talking about it. Oh, that was kind of neat. My favorite part of the whole thing was, and they haven't shown any clips of it except for the one that I saw, which was
Uh-huh.
Andy Reid at his press conference after that first game that she was at.
Oh, that was kind of
Did
cute,
you hear that?
actually. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, I'm not going to say anything for sure, but I may have set them up, and he just runs off the
It
stage.
runs off. Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
which I hope that is definitely true. But so anyway, yeah. So it's going crazy around here. Most everybody's over it, I think, except for the Swifties
In the
and the
Kansas City
in the
area,
Kansas City.
they're over it. Okay.
I think so. I mean,
Okay. I wondered about that.
I'm gonna because Beyonce played Arrowhead last night, and I didn't know
Yes.
about it until today when I saw an article where people were bitching about the traffic getting in and out of the stadium. I thought this
Uh-huh.
was notable because all the articles I saw for the Taylor Swift thing was like every Swiftie was like, "It's so great. Everyone takes turns pulling in and out, and like Swifties should run the world." And I'm like, maybe they should. I don't know. Maybe just traffic. I don't know. So so yeah, so it's a big thing here. I'm not sick of it. I actually think it's kind of genius. Um, it's not gonna last. I mean, like I saw a lineup of like her ex boyfriends, like on a
Oh, no. I mean, she's probably already writing lyrics of their
yeah,
breakup,
that's what
like
I was thinking,
yeah.
but and again, I won't hear those lyrics either because I've only heard one Taylor Swift song, and it was because Beth played it for me like last week because I have never
Does
heard one.
B doesn't like Taylor Swift, right?
She did like this one song, and she does like the fact that she told all her Swifties to like register to vote, and like 38,000 people voted the next or
And
registered
I
to vote
was
the
like,
next
that
day.
was
I
pretty
mean,
cool.
yeah.
That was pretty.
That was pretty
Yeah.
cool. That was pretty
Yeah.
it's not like I don't dislike Taylor Swift. I think she stands for good things. I will say that, Swifties, please don't hurt me. But I don't like her music. I've tried. And she even did that album with Bon Iver or whatever, who I kind of like, but it's, I was like, I'll give it a shot.
Is that how you say that? I always thought it was Bon Iver. Is that? I never.
Bon
I don't
Iver. It's Bon
I
Bon
Iver.
think it's
Iver.
Bon Iver.
No,
Yeah. I was
now I
saying it
dislike
too
it even
smooth.
more. Yeah.
I got yelled at, so I corrected
Bon Iver.
myself. Yeah.
Bon
You're
Iver. Oh, I'm listening to some Bon Iver on my Walkman. Yeah.
It's Bon Iver. Come on. But that's what the kids call it. But that
Yeah.
album that she did with him was like, it still was mediocre for me. Yeah, I'm a little
I was
snobbish.
oh well, I mean, she was at the game last night and she was next to like Blake Lively and I was like, "Who's her hot friend?" And then I was like, "Oh, well, she's probably famous, right?" And then I was like, "Wait, is
Ryan
Taylor
Reynolds' wife.
is I was
Yeah.
like, "Is Taylor Swift hot?" And the answer is maybe. I mean, she's a guitar 8, maybe, like maybe a beach 5. That's what I'm thinking.
That's funny.
um I mean, she's a handsome young
Well,
lady,
Travis
but
Kelsey's not that
I
great to look
yeah,
at.
I know, but some of
Just
the
saying, especially with like the highway patrol look that he's strutting now. Like,
Yeah, I was
what is
seeing that
that
was
about?
hilarious. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
yeah,
yeah.
so yeah, no, I think I mean, it is interesting. Again, I think people will be over it pretty soon, but maybe not the Swifties. Like I do like how the right wing people are getting really upset about this.
Oh, the right wingers are
That is kind
pissed.
of funny too.
They're, yeah,
Yeah.
irate.
I read a funny.
Because I feel like they own Kelsey, but I never got that memo
Oh well,
somehow.
no, I think. Well, I read a couple things. First off, they don't like him because he did a COVID spot last year, and he did a
That's
COVID
it.
spot this
Yes.
year.
Oh,
Yep.
He also got
that.
a picture taken with that trans person that was with Bud Light, last year
Oh,
where they
Dylan
started.
Mulvaney.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and so like they don't like that, and
heaven
then
forbid he
and
take a fucking picture with a fan. You
and,
guys are assholes.
and like I think Sean Hannity came on the show and he was like, "You need to take it down, everybody. This is not a black or white. This is not a political thing. It's just a pop star and a football player dating." And the guy he was like, one thing that he might know that the rest of the right wingers don't know, that she has an actual army. And do they really want to mess
That
with?
is true.
I
That
mean,
is fucking true. I'm
yeah,
scared of them.
That's
yeah.
true.
And some of them are my friends, and
Yeah,
they have threatened to hurt me if I
I was
keep
gonna say
talking
if
shit.
January 6th was run by Swifties, I'm not sure we would still be a
Yeah,
Democratic Republic. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure they would have kicked ass and taken names,
I mean,
unlike those hillbillies that did raid the Capitol. Yeah.
just me saying a guitar
Swear.
eight, I'm on a fucking hit list now. So you guys, this might be the last show.
I
So,
love it. I love
all
it.
right,
Well, at least I'm
my
glad that
last
we were
show.
all digesting this together over the last 3 weeks because it was,
Yes.
yeah, it
Been
did
a
not,
lot.
it did, it was, I feel like I just described it as I was just allergic to the story. I just was like,
Me too.
there were so many different, but what are you going to do? What are you
I
going to do?
just I would wish the announcers on like Monday and Thursday and Sunday they would just leave it alone. Like
Yeah,
stop just inserting it into the
yeah.
program, guys.
Just wave. Be
Yeah.
like, there she is.
Yeah, there she is. There's
There
Ryan
she,
Reynolds. There's Hugh Jackman. Moving on.
yeah.
Like Paul Rudd was there too, falling in love with
Yeah.
Travis Kelce, but that got
Yeah.
zero press. Poor
I don't
Paul.
think that girl's going to learn until it all ends in a murder suicide at some point.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
that will be the final
Ooh.
album.
Uh,
Sorry.
yeah. It'll be a retrospective, and
I
then
mean,
she'll
you
be
can't just keep pissing dudes off like this, man.
no.
I mean,
She
you
will.
can't.
I think somebody said all road. What's next is Pete Davidson because that's the national
Yeah,
progression,
Oh,
right?
it
So,
is there. Oh
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
yeah,
he's next. Pete's preparing.
yeah.
yeah.
It'll be
But
fun.
anyway, as somebody in the center of it, as I like to consider myself, because
Well,
I
that's
was
why I wanted to
getting
get your take. Yeah, I feel like you're the center of this. Like you're
The
our
yeah,
hot goss.
our reach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
to
No,
the liquor stores in the Kansas City area. That
I will say it's
yeah,
it's pretty divided. You're either Jessica's other half or you're a Swifty. Like that's basically
Okay.
it's like there's two things, like
There's two. Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
either just sick of it and pissed off, and then there's just the other people, and then there's the marketing executives going, ha ha ha, ha,
yeah,
Oh
exactly right.
yeah. Oh
Exactly.
yeah.
yeah,
Yep, yep.
So I
There's
don't
a
know.
winner. There is a
Oh, and
winner.
I didn't know they have a name now. Trailer. That's their
That's their name is
that's their
trailer. Oh, that's perfect.
That
T
is
R A
perfect.
Y
I
L O R.
love it.
I was like, come on, you fucking Swifty scientists, get your EW scientists, whatever, just better, something better, you know, Kelcor or something. I don't know.
Kelsor.
Kelcor.
Ooh,
I
that's
like
kind of
Kelcor.
cool. I like
Kelcor is
that a
pretty cool.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like Kelcor.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
do a
You
lot with
you
that
should be running
graphics
this
wise.
shit. I don't know why you're not running this shit. You should be
Kelso
running
is
this
for the
shit.
Yeah.
12-year-old boys like I would have been
Kelsor.
because he
Oh,
could be a
that's
GI
awesome.
Joe guy, he could be a Star
He-Man.
Wars
I was
character.
thinking like
Yeah,
He-Man. Yeah.
I'm
definitely a
thinking
He-Man.
He-Man. I'm thinking Sword in the Stone, but it's a microphone and they're both trying to like pull it out together, even though they won't get it because they won't last.
This is the last time I knew that she was dating somebody. In the back of my recesses of my brain was uh, Hiddleston, Tom Hiddleston, Loki. That could have been like 10
I
years
don't
ago. I
know.
have
I
no
mean,
idea.
probably she's dated a lot of guys who are semi-popular. So
Yeah,
I am not a Swiftie. I don't follow Taylor Swift, so I can't tell you. But I'm
yeah.
sure there are others that can. Please write to the podcast.
Although I will say this, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about it is, oh yeah, do we want to open that gate? Yeah, that's whatever. Yeah,
No, we
right.
don't. And
Right.
Megan Solomon will stop listening to us if we continue this conversation.
Okay, just to say this, I am going to go see her show at the movie theater. I'm going to see what the big deal is. They're releasing a concert
Wow,
footage of her in like a week or something like that. I'm not going to go
Okay.
opening weekend. There's no fucking way you could get me to go opening weekend.
you're gonna pay for a ticket, Tice, and go?
He's got the pass. He's got
There's
the all access
Oh,
pass.
that's right. Okay.
and I'm not, and I mean, like, I thought it was kind of neat that everybody dressed up in pink to see Barbie. I mean, I
I
can't even
thought that was
imagine
cute.
what they're
I
going
like
to
that.
do at Taylor Swift. I mean, I assume lots of sprinkles and
You may
sparkles.
not get out of that alive, sir. You
Well,
may have to buy a Taylor Swift t-shirt and just blend in.
I, I mean, I might as well be the guy at the liquor store, just in the back of the theater, being like, "Oh, don't show your face. You're 50. Don't show your face. You're 50." But so whatever. I think I'm gonna go see it because I'm not gonna see her in concert ever, and I'm not gonna listen to one of her
God
records
no.
probably. And if you
Mm-mm.
want to get me to pay attention to anything, you probably need to provide hot buttered popcorn, and that's pretty much out of the edit done. So,
Very good.
um, yeah. So yeah,
Oh,
I hadn't even realized we hadn't even talked about that. Wow, it has been a
we
minute.
Yeah,
had not.
that's
It's
time,
been a
man.
minute. There's been a lot going on. And also like football related news. What is it? Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles in the first 7 minutes of the
Pretty
game.
much.
Four
Yeah.
plays, or I think the
Yeah.
fifth
Oh
play.
God.
Yeah, yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
Yummy.
Nobody
Uh,
took him right this year. I think
nope.
everybody was like, yeah, all
Oh
right. I
no,
thought,
no, nobody did.
yeah,
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
We left
yeah.
that alone because I had
We
him
did.
last year,
Oh,
which was a
that's
mistake.
right. You did
Yeah.
have him last
Remember
year.
that? Remember the
Yeah.
venom that you guys shot my way? Yeah.
No, I don't remember such
I don't.
unsportsmanlike
I don't remember
conduct.
that either.
I
You're
don't
you're
even.
Was
very
really,
nice when it comes to fantasy. I feel like Tyson's nice too, but you can get a little spicy. I'm
yeah.
talking more towards Jonas. He's just like throwing them left and right. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it's funny. The other night, I didn't even realize I was the one that was beating him, and there was all this vitriol, and I was like, "Oh, that was me. That was me." Because like, holy shit! Like I was supposed to lose this
I
game.
love it. I
Like
love
that's
it
as
so
emotionally
much.
involved I got. Yeah, I was
Oh,
just like, I thought I was going to lose.
it
Go
lit-
into any situation, assuming you're going to lose,
Yeah,
I
you'll
agree
surprise
with that
yourself. Yeah,
it's all
yeah,
winning.
wholeheartedly. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
I think I'm 2 and like 11 probably at the end of this week in my across my 3 leagues, and you know,
Yes, Tice.
yeah.
Oh,
So
I love it.
that $60 isn't coming my way anyway. Yeah. So okay. So you were traveling. You've been traveling. I think both of you've been traveling. Maybe not. Didn't. No, that was earlier.
I
You
I
went.
I
so we
went to
both we
Missouri for a week, and then Smith, you were traveling too, right?
Yeah, we went to Ann Arbor to see my parents and my
Mhm.
nephew, Alistair, who's doing awesome, and he's awesome, and just
So
played
cute. Did he
played with
start a
them.
baby band yet with that
He's
hair?
going to now. I got him a
Okay.
little. It's a loon. I got him a little three string. It's like a ukulele, but the tuning's the same as like a normal like your CDEC. So anyway, so yeah, well, he's a little. It's a little young, but I figured I'd
I
plant the
know.
seed and
Yeah.
play. And his dad knows how to play guitar, which is fun. So that's mostly why I
Oh,
bought it
that's
because
so cute.
he'll know how to
Oh,
play chords and stuff on it.
love that.
Is it?
So anyway, that was fun.
Did you get the electric or the acoustic? I'm gonna buy the electric for Kaylee. I think
I
this year.
got him just the acoustic for now because I thought we'll work him up to that. We'll let him
Yeah.
do some acoustic work, and then if he's ready, when he's ready to electrify, we'll get him there. We'll get
I
like
feel like
fourth grade.
this.
Yeah,
I feel like if somebody would have started with the electric instead of the acoustic, I'd be like Eddie Van Halen at this point. But
that's probably true.
so I mean,
Probably.
just saying.
So yeah, that was fun, and then we've done a lot. It's been a lot of time. We saw Squeeze and the Psychedelic Furs a couple weekends ago, which was one of probably the best top five shows I've ever seen in my life. It was so good.
Fuck
Like
yeah.
Nice.
we are. There's an amphitheater in Brown County, which is about 45 minutes south of us, which is like it looks like a church because like a dude who like builds churches designs it, but like sometimes churches have really kind of amazing acoustics,
Oh
and so
yeah.
it sounds amazing, and it's got state of the art everything. They were great. Like the one thing, Psychedelic First was great. They opened. The one thing I didn't realize about Squeeze though is those guys are like talented as fuck musicians. Like they were. I mean, it was just, and not that they weren't like braggy or solo. You could just tell that they were really like, and it was great. It was a really good show. Sounded amazing. Really fun. We were young amongst the younger people in the crowd too, which always makes you feel better because that doesn't happen very often. So,
Not anymore. Yeah.
so
Soak it up.
yeah,
Smith, I had a question for you because it has been a very long time since we last
it
spoke.
has.
But you went to, what was it, a Criss Angel Colts Mellencamp mashup that
That's
needs to be
right.
talked about.
That's
Yeah.
right. So there is so Jim, or say a good friend of ours, Jim is his communications guy. And so we get to sometimes get invited to special events, and so we got to go to the he's done this sort of I guess it's now like the Colts opener concert as well. So he does this free concert for the community.
Yeah.
There were 70 he gave away. It actually sold out 70,000 tickets, and I think I'm guessing about 20,000
Wow.
probably showed up. But it was like Mellencamp, who like came out and like didn't give a shit and like played 3 songs. It was just very Mellencamp. Like last year, I missed him. Last year, my back was killing me, and so I went back because there was like an awesome like reception, like free food booze area. So I was like, I'm gonna go treat my back to a little dessert, and I started here, and Ursay wasn't on the bill, or not Ursay, but Mellencamp wasn't on the bill. But I thought I started hearing him, and I was like, "Are they covering John?" And no, I just missed Mellencamp completely. So anyway, this year he played the Wolf, James Wolf, something, Peter Wolf, maybe, of the what's the band?
Oh, what is
You know,
it?
I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Peter Wolf.
Uh, Damn it, it's on tip of my. It's not.
It's like an '80s. It's an '80s
Yes.
synth rock band.
Yes, Centerfold, Jay Giles band. Jay Giles,
Oh,
he was the guitarist or the lead singer of Jay Giles band. But he's like, but he does other stuff too. So you may know him from something else. But anyway, he was the lead singer from Jay Giles band. So got to hear some Jay Giles. Mike
nice.
Mills played again. He did his same 3 songs that he did last year, which is always good to see Mike Mills because like that, I'm never going to see REM. That just will never happen. So that's as close as I get to getting it to ever seeing REM. But it was a fun show. And then, but yes, as Jessica mentioned, Criss Angel escaped from a straitjacket, and it was stupid and boring as fuck. It was just like you couldn't see anything. It took him like 30 seconds. And like, so I was torn. I have to admit, I was a little torn because he was like he had like, I guess he had like a daughter who had like juvenile cancer or something. And so it was for like, so I was torn for my dislike of Criss Angel as a human being and his cause. And so it was kind of a wash. So I just kind of left it emotionless. Yeah, it was just,
You're gonna lose some kids somewhere, man. You're just gonna go.
but I did like once he pulled that shit, I was like, oh god damn. So like Jim
That is
donated like a
funny as hell. I love
yeah.
that. I love
So
that you
Jim,
saw that. That's like a
yeah,
part of your life now.
yeah. I don't have to buy tickets and go
Yeah.
to Vegas to see Criss
Nope.
Angel.
Mm-mm.
God, that was like I remember. I think
You've
we used
been
to watch
mind
that like
freaked.
back in the day. Did we used to watch Mind Freak? That was the dumbest shit. Oh,
Oh,
so
so dumb. So
bad.
dumb.
So bad.
It's bad.
It's like him and Zach Baggins are in the same level of like douchebaggery.
No, but yeah, no, it was a fun concert. Ann Wilson was there again, which was fun.
Nice. Okay.
Fun to
That's
hear. So
cool.
yeah, it was actually a pretty good show. It was actually just kind of a quick couple hours, and her Kathy's cousin and his wife and little girl came up, so we got to hang out with them. They're always fun to hang out with. So yeah, it's a good time. Good time. So yeah, it's just lots has happened. Like it's finally, and now it's October. Like what?
Right? I don't. Yeah, it's
That's
weird.
nuts. So
I'm not ready for October
so
yet.
tell us about your trip. You were all over the place too. You're in Missouri and other places.
Well, we celebrated Jonas's 43rd birthday here. Well, not here in Lafayette. We went to Denver and like did a bunch of stuff. Did a little brewery tour, went to one of those revolving sushi restaurants,
Oh, nice.
which I don't know if you guys have been to one, but highly recommend it if you get
Oh,
the chance.
the belt thing that comes around.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
revolving like plates of sushi, and you pick out whichever you want, and then based on the plate color, that's what they charge you at the end of it. So if anybody is in Denver, go to Sushi Rama and check it out. It was actually pretty affordable during lunch. I was expecting our bill to be pretty pricey because we were going to town, but it was not. So big fan. And then we went to the Natural History Museum and went to the planetarium there and saw a little presentation called, what was it, Dark Universe by Neil deGrasse Tyson. He was narrating it. And that was actually pretty good.
I've seen that.
Jonas is obsessed with space, so he was all about that and did like a VR thing twice. The man wants to go to the moon. If anybody wants to shoot my husband to the moon, give me a call. He'll be there. And then what else did we do? We went to this really cool restaurant, which when you guys come to Denver, I feel like we have to go. It's called Buckhorn Exchange, and it's the oldest restaurant in Denver, and it opened in 1893 with one of the guys who hung out with like Wild Bill Hickok. It's cool. Like you walk in and you just feel the old energy, and there's like a shitload of animal heads on the walls, presidents who have visited, like shit like that. It's just like all over the place, and really good steakhouse on top of that. So Jonas was very happy. He had a very good 43rd birthday. And then I went to Missouri and hung out with my family for a week in Kirksville. Uh, and it was good to see them. It's kind of a hard week that I'm not going to get into, but it was. And then came back, and then it was Postal Service show week, and we couldn't all be together
Uh,
because Tyson's back is whack, and
I'm old. Let's just cut to the chase, and then yeah.
I
So
missed you guys though. I literally got emotional at the concert and
Uh,
like took I don't even know how many videos and pictures and sent them to you guys.
a lot.
It was a really good
Thank
show.
you
a
for
Yeah,
lot.
that.
Yeah, I
sorry.
appreciate it. Yeah.
No, that was good. That was nice.
Yeah.
It was and you were quite close actually.
Yeah,
We
this
got
is
pretty
pretty.
close. I will say we were a little bit late getting there because I wanted to get a little further up front, but there's a brewery that just opened up by Mission Ballroom in Denver called Left Hand, and it's huge. But I didn't plan it right. I didn't make a reservation. Every other fucking hipster who's like in their 40s now was there trying to get a meal in and a few beers before going over there. So anyway, we got in. Jonas went to the merch booth right away, got a shitload of stuff, and then me and my cousin Tucker were just hanging out, getting some beers. And yeah, we were able to see Death Cab from the middle, and then when Postal Service went on, we were on the right side of the stage, pretty close to the stage. But man, they brought it.
Oh,
It
cool.
was cool.
That's cool.
Well, we'll
Um,
see him in 10 years.
Yep, that's right.
I know that's what I kept thinking. I was like, you know what? Jenny Lewis is still going to be rocking a fucking glittery outfit, looking fantastic. Ben Gibbard, he looks great now too. The guy's running marathons and can the way he was performing, I'm very impressed by that guy. It was wild how he was moving around. He sounded great. Like the band sounded great. Yeah. If you haven't seen that show yet and they're touring in your near vicinity, you have to go. Um, and then that was about it. Oh, we went to Oktoberfest in Denver too, which I guess is a segue to Bierock's,
The real thing. What do they?
the
Do
real thing.
they even have Bierocks in the Oktoberfest in Denver? Probably
You know
not.
what? They do not. They do.
Yeah.
They have a fucking like a shitload of meat, like any kind of meat you want. I gotta send you guys
Sausage,
a
right?
That
picture,
sounds
but
all
like
right.
it's all
Sounds all right.
sausage.
Yeah.
There was like a bada
Oh,
bing fucking thing, and like all this stuff. Like they called it the Sopranos dog, and I mean it looked
okay.
delicious.
When
There
I
were a
think
ton of turkey legs and like all kinds of stuff, but I didn't see any beer rocks.
Yeah,
I was
I
a
don't
little
think they make.
disappointed in that.
I don't actually think it's a German food.
Is it?
That's
Is it
it.
just a Volga German
I
thing,
yeah,
believe
guys?
so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
All
believe
right.
so. Yeah,
Wow.
but speaking of, yeah, the actual Oktoberfest happened in good old Hayes, Kansas. This was it Friday? Is that when it happened?
Yes, it was Friday.
Yeah,
So
Friday.
yeah.
And I don't know, do they still give kids the day off of college to go to Oktoberfest, or is that? I think I heard that ended.
I think. Well, I don't know. My parents sent pictures. My mom was sending pictures, and the band that was playing, it was something. This 12 tubas, or had kind of a cute tuba name. They were all like playing sousaphones and whatnot. Um, they were Fort Hayes students, so they could have given them the day off. I
Yeah, they
guess. I
used
don't
to.
know.
Right.
Like there was like
Yeah.
a highlight, like at noon, you got off the drink,
Yeah.
regardless of your legal age or not.
That's right. Yeah,
But
as long as you get home without driving and
right,
grow a mustache, you'd be fine.
exactly.
So who start? Okay, so who started the? Okay, so we start. There was a chain about the mythical recipe of Bierox from
The
Hayes,
Hayes
America.
High Bierock recipe, I believe, is where
Yes,
and it
that's what started
appeared
it. And it
on
appeared,
Facebook.
yeah, on Facebook in the one of the group things that I'm a part of. Like, if you're from Hayes, you know what I'm talking about, I think, group, which is the longest name for a group I have ever seen in my life, but whatever, it's very Hayes. But they just, prior to Oktoberfest, they were posting a bunch of beer rock recipes. And three of us love beer rocks. I mean, we grew up in
We
Western
do.
Kansas. It's a part of our DNA, I feel like. And we've been talking about making them. So they started posting some recipes. And then Tyson, you and B actually made breakfast beer rocks, right?
We did. I don't like cabbage as much as I like the breakfast stuff. Plus, I find that Bierox are truly best enjoyed first thing in the morning, to be honest with you. So
I kind of agree with
it's
that. Or
warm and
late
it's
at night
hot.
after a few dozen beers.
There you go. Yeah,
Nah.
a few dozen. Yes.
A few,
And the
a few dozen.
that's 36 beers if you're counting.
It's what you eat. If Burger King is closed, it's what you eat. Yeah.
That's true. That
Yeah.
is very
Yeah.
true, Smith.
We used a combination of Megan Solomon's recipe,
Nice.
the Haze High recipe, and then America's Test Kitchen recipe.
Oh shit. Okay.
So it was kind of I don't know. It actually turned out pretty well. We made enough for, I guess, 14, and so we had 3 today. There's 3 that we cooked. So we cooked 6 anyway, and then we put 6 or 8 in the freezer. So, but yeah, they apparently if you put them in and you bake them, the dough rises after you freeze them. So you can actually, if you do it right,
I was just going to ask that. So you're actually freezing them uncooked.
that's right. Yeah, that's how we
Okay.
did it. Now
Okay. I
yeah,
missed that
we'll
part.
It
find
hasn't
out.
occurred to me, but yeah.
I've always had it frozen, cooked, post cooked.
Right.
Like
Right.
that's what they
Okay.
sell
Yeah.
around. So we that's what we read. We haven't tried it yet, so I'll let you know in a week or so. What am I kidding?
Yeah.
Tomorrow when we bake the rest of them.
When you break it.
Hell yeah. Get
After
on
we
that.
have collectively, Beth and I have 72 beers tonight. We're gonna break into those. That's
That's
a few
exactly what you
dozen
should do.
each.
And you need to drink them from a large 52
Boot.
ounce stein.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, anyway, yeah, no, it was so. It was fun, and so I hope you guys have fun. The hardest part, like anything like that, is like making dumplings, or like you have to
Yeah.
toast the dough, and get that
Yeah.
working. But we literally just used breakfast sausage, eggs that were slightly undercooked, and sharp New England Vermont cheddar.
Good call. Okay.
So, good.
Yeah,
So.
they look delicious. Permission to post them
Oh
with
yeah,
this
yeah,
show.
yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
I do.
Hashtag-
I know, but no, when Dawson actually, when you get to the soup, because I think you mentioned trying to make the soup, which
Yes.
the soup is amazing. I love the soup. Like it's great. Probably my favorite kind of soup. But the
Same.
question for the recipe is, it says boil water. Not a lot of water, but just a little bit of water. Like that is
God.
literally the amount of, like, that is the instruction, is don't boil a lot lot of water, boil
That's
a little bit of
Lesson's
water.
mom for you. Thanks, Cheryl.
And so I have to. So once I just need somebody to translate, because I think I know what that means, but I don't know.
You should have
Are
seen.
you talking about for like the dumpling part or the soup?
Well, no,
soup
for
part?
the soup part, because it says to maybe we're getting a little too in the weeds for our audience, but never. So so no,
This
it
is
says
what they live for.
it says like to start the soup stock, you boil. It says boil some water, not a lot of water, just a little bit of water. And that's the soup stock.
Just take like one of those, like, oh God, I'm having a brain fart. One of those giant fucking pots, and like fill it up like right below where the handle is in the pot.
Okay.
And then add your bouillon and like get that going.
Okay, so it is quite a bit of water.
You make a lot of soup.
Just not a lot of water. Okay.
Yeah, oh my God. And I know this, dude. I asked the same thing. I was like, Cheryl, what the hell does this mean? And she was like, exactly what I said. It was like a very back and forth weird text message I don't want to go through again. But that, I've made it now like 3 or 4 times, and that's what we found is like the best way to do it.
Okay, so big pot.
Yeah, big pot, just right underneath the handle. Fill it up, because you're going to be putting those dumplings in there with the rest of the soup, and it's all going to come together.
Yeah.
And make sure you're tasting, because like you add certain, like, I mean, it's a lot of cream, it's a lot of butter, it's a lot of everything. So like
it became very clear why it's delicious when I was reading the instructions.
That would be very good. It's butter, salt, all the things, like chicken. I love it. Dumplings and green beans are like, you can't.
It's the only way to go.
When Beth was reading the Haze High Bierock menu, she's like, because she sees menus like this all the time. She's an American Test Kitchen kind of person.
Yeah, B's like a good cook.
And she's like, she's like, listen to this. She's like, add warm milk, not too warm, but just warm enough. And I was like, okay, she's like, what is that? I was like, I have no idea. So meanwhile, I was microwaving soup and testing it with a thermometer. So, like, I guess, 80.
I love that you guys combine the recipes, because I think that was the smart way to go about it.
We did use the original Bierock dough. though from the Hayes High one.
You
Oh,
did? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
okay. Yeah, I was wondering because Tice texted our group chat, or no, Beth, I think, texted and was like, I made Tyson go out and get some more yeast. And I was like, or the yeast was dead or something like that. So,
yeah. It
Oh.
used to
yeah,
die.
you guys went for it.
Yeah, I mean, it turned out really good. The kind of strange thing about it was, I don't know about that strange. I would say that if you're gonna make that dough, it needs salt. The whole
Okay.
the
Okay.
whole
Yeah.
experience was like you just need salt in that dough
Yep.
to make it taste better.
Okay.
But because there's
Other than
hard,
that.
other than that, it was I think great.
All
So
right. So, question for you guys. Do you then, when you've had like a breakfast Bierock, do you dunk it in ketchup or do you dunk it in gravy like a normal person?
I don't eat gravy or ketchup, so I don't do either
Oh.
one of those things. So
Okay.
I'm
That's
not
fair. That'll pass.
Yeah, but just the thought crossed my mind of dunking one of those into some delicious sausage gravy and just dripping it all over my.
Dude, you
Oh
got
yeah,
to do it when you and Kathy make
that's
them.
that
You
sounds
have
really
to.
good.
Just a
Yeah,
little bit of
that
gravy.
sounds really good.
Tice,
Yeah.
actually, B, just make a little gravy for the rest of the ones in the freezer. I know
Oh,
you
that sounds so
can.
good.
It's going to be delicious. Oh, I'm inspired. Megan and Paul did that and they had them as like drunk food after
now.
the
Oh,
Oktoberfest in
Oh,
Hayes. And I was like, that is genius.
that
That is
is
actually a
genius.
great
Yeah.
idea.
But if you
Yeah.
were in Hayes, and let's just take this as far as we can to the well, to this particular show, would you use CCQ from Taco Shop instead of gravy? Because you could.
Tice, you're a
Good.
goddamn genius.
Yeah,
I
that would
would.
actually be real. I would do the normal Bierock.
I would do
Oh, that
that.
is.
I would do
I
that.
would too. I
Wouldn't
would
that like
too.
make the world implode and just like we just all
Yes.
just get sucked into a black hole because we've like
Yes.
combined
That's how
like
the world ends.
It'll certainly
Actually,
make your
yeah.
God,
heart explode. So it'll be
God. Yeah,
Into
that
little
has to
queso
happen.
hearts. Yeah.
That has to happen. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
now
wow.
I'm inspired again. That's genius.
I
and
am
we
too.
have that
Wow.
recipe too. If you can find
We
some Land
do.
O'Lakes cheese, you're in. So
For the right price, Jabberjaw will supply you the info. So
that's right.
contact us, retweet us, or whatever the fuck they're calling it now.
So our family,
Um,
we didn't make green bean dumpling soup. We just made this soup that was like chicken noodle and dumpling. So we didn't use green bean or any cream
chicken,
really.
yeah.
So that
Chicken
that
and
was kind of
dumpling
like
soup is good too.
It is. Yeah.
The Volga Germans also like to make this like noodle with white bean thing that I love, and I can never find the right recipe. Have you guys ever had that?
I don't think so.
No, yeah. No.
I'm sure
If
my
anybody listening has a recipe like that, call me. I need it. It's so good. I had it at Oktoberfest once, like a decade ago, and I was like, "What is this?" And they put black pepper all over it, and it's goddamn delicious.
Yeah, it looked like
So,
the actual Oktoberfest went off pretty well. I think Tyson, your
yeah.
parents, do your parents went? Is that right?
yeah.
Is that where we got the
Anyway,
photos from? Yeah.
they were there early and often, and then they went to Gella's to get the green bean dumpling soup.
Yeah, they
Oh
did.
wow.
That is my
Hell
mom's
yeah.
favorite soup too, as well. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
It's good. And Gella's puts bacon in it, which is a nice little touch. I like that.
Interesting. Yeah.
You can make
Yeah.
a little bacon go a long way in Volga German cuisine because they had to. So like,
That's true.
you can't use a whole pig. That's supposed to last us all winter. Like jeez.
Add some
Winter's
dumplings to
coming.
it. Add some dumplings to it. Make it last.
My favorite is the fried bologna sandwich that the Volga Germans are famous for.
Oh, that is a thing. Yeah.
Not my favorite food. It's just a thing that makes me laugh. And
It makes me laugh too. I'm not a big fan, but a lot of
I
people
remember
like it.
having fried bologna sandwiches growing up. So it's
Same.
cheap processed meat. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crisp
So,
it up.
I don't know. The last time we went to Oktoberfest together, we got a fantastic picture of Matt that should go on his bedroom from here on out.
Yes.
In front of the license plate. I can't remember what the license plate said, but I remember
It says "so sweet."
Oh, that's right.
right.
It did say so sweet. Yeah,
That's
right.
right.
That should go on a T-shirt of ours. Actually, I'm going to make a
That
note
was
of
my
that.
last fun Oktoberfest. I've been to
just with deaths, like what?
because I went I tried it. It was good. Like the last time I went was fun, but it was just it rained the whole time. It was just miserable because it was cold and rainy.
I can't
and
stand those.
It was just like everyone looking at each other, being like, "We're having fun, we're having fun," and it sucked. It sucked. So we went indoors and drank, and it was a much better experience.
Oh.
Uh,
Yeah, those
I was
10.
there with you for one of those because that was the first time I brought Jonas back. And Smith and Jonas and I were under a tent and it was raining. And I was like
oh,
trying to eat this like cold green bean and dumpling soup. And Jonas was like, "Where's the beer at? Where's the beer tent?" And like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, "Oh shit." Because I hadn't told him that it was just Coors Light and Bud Light yet. He thought there was like German beer and shit. Smith goes, "Dawson, you didn't tell your boyfriend."
yeah, it sounds like
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, it was great.
I
It
forgot you
was
guys were there. Yeah. Oh, it was just cold and
dude, it was
rainy,
so
and
cold and
yeah.
rainy. And then we ended up like I bought a t-shirt from the Fort Hayes design department only because I needed gloves. So I like wrapped them
Right.
around my
That's right.
Oh, I did not plan well. Did not plan
Uh,
well. It's
that
great
went to a
times.
good. It went to a good cause, though.
Yeah, it did. Of course it did.
Last time I was there, I bought a shirt that just said Hayes America, and then I bought a shirt that said, "If this looks normal to you, you've had just the right amount of drinks," or something like that. And that was from the Fort Hayes Psychiatry Club or Psychology Club or something like that. And
Good on.
it was a Rorschach test. It was like so.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I
Yeah.
still have that Hayes America shirt. It's still upstairs.
Yeah.
They're classic. They're
They are.
classic. We
Yeah.
could make some buco dinero selling our shirts there. We got to think about that.
I
We
don't
got
know.
ideas.
Didn't you post about the show on you've if you
They
know if
took
you
it
live in
down
Hayes?
because they don't like us marketing. Well, probably because it's kind of a liberal leaning podcast. So
What?
What?
whatever.
They would have to listen to it to find that out.
I know. Come on. It's for everybody.
That's
We're not
right.
outwardly liberal. We're just
Well,
45
speaking of which,
minutes in.
headlines. Yeah, that's true. We
45
don't.
minutes in. Yes.
That's
That's
true.
true. We
That's a
don't get
good
there.
segue,
Sneak attack. We
actually.
sneak attack you with our liberalness.
Sneak it in. Yeah.
You think we're like you, and then boom.
Godless heathens. Bam. Right there.
Godless. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Geez.
on that note, do we want
Infer,
to do
people.
headlines?
Sure.
Okay. Headline of the week, of the month, actually.
I'm gonna put that in my I'm gonna cut that down and just repeat that over and over. We're gonna make that a ringtone.
Yes.
Oh, this is how old this shit is. Okay, so this is so much has happened since this. Okay, so this is MSNBC. So Jim Jordan, the man who is constantly investigating investigations, that's his whole life now. He sent a letter to Fannie Willis, uh, who is the Georgia DA in charge of that, or sort of heading up that. One of his Donald Trump's several things going on with him. I think this one was about how he tried to thwart the election with phone calls, which didn't work good. Anyway, she wrote back a letter and basically wrote, this is the headline. Anyways, prosecutor to Jim Jordan, quote, "You lack a basic understanding of the law," unquote. So I just love that. So but that's
That's
how old this is.
perfection.
This is Oh, this happened too. Well, in our break, the Supreme Court's fake praying coach case. The coach that went to the Supreme Court and they ruled in his favor that he could have a prayer before the game.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
it turns out that, to be fair, he actually had moved to a different state and had already quit coaching there, but they chased it up the ladder anyway. They passed it. He went back, held a prayer, then quit being coach, and then just went back to the state that he moved to. So, well worth all our time.
Everybody wins. Yeah. Good job, Supreme Court.
Everybody.
This is from Entertainment Weekly. Donny Osmond says he's, quote, never, unquote, cursed in his entire life. Bullshit. What about that time you thought? What about that time you thought Marie was pregnant? Ooh. Sorry. I told Beth that was a true story. She's like, "That's not a true story." I was like, "I'll look it up on the internet."
That's
It's not
funny.
a true story. It's not true.
Okay. That got me in the giggles. All right.
This is I don't, one of you might have sent me this. This is from Rolling Stone. This is the headline: Nickelback documentary "Hate to Love" is the Nickelback of rock documentaries. I liked that
Oh,
one.
yeah, we did talk about that briefly. The
We
trailer
did
came out, I
actually,
think,
yeah,
around the last time we
That's
showed,
true. That's true.
podcasted, whatever.
yeah.
Showed. It's like a talk show.
Shoot.
So this is from the AP. This is under the classification of oddities. Woman rescued from outhouse toilet after climbing in to retrieve Apple Watch. Michigan police say. All right, so there's a lot to unpack in this story.
Good God.
Okay, so this is in Begley Township, Michigan. This is where apparently where they wrote the article. Yeah, she dropped her Apple Watch into the into the outhouse that she was sitting on. She climbed in after it. That's a red flag. Like, don't date this woman.
No,
No,
never. Yeah.
don't. Don't reproduce with her. Don't do anything with her. Don't let her watch your kids. It's not a bad sign. Don't let her cook your food. Anyway,
That especially that.
the woman whose name was not released, lowered herself inside the toilet during dropping the watch at the Department of Natural Resources boat launch in Dixon Lake in Otsego County, Begley's Township. So this is probably close to where Matt was spending time with his family.
True.
uh, First responders were called when the woman was heard yelling for help. The toilet was removed and a strap was used to haul the woman out. Uh,
A
let's see.
strap.
Researchers say 2 police officers died from laughter. No. No, I guess that's the end of the story. Okay. Wow, that sucks, right? Not only did you, I mean, wouldn't you just kill yourself at that point? Like, you just be like,
Pretty
no,
much. Yeah.
no one needs to know about this. They find my bones 100 years from now,
Right.
they'll think I was an explorer or something. Um, let's see here. Oh, this I don't know. I got really into this story for a couple days because there's a lot of right wing conspiracies. Because there's a lot of conspiracies in general, but
Right.
just unfortunately, there's just a whole lot of right wing ones. Um, so there's this whole thing about this John Fetterman, who's the Pennsylvania representative senator, right?
Hmm.
Um, he lost some weight and he went to rehab for depression. Probably both at the same time, I imagine. And when he came back, he had shaved his beard, and the and everyone thought that he had been replaced with a body double, and that he was gone. He was still in the thing. So uh, what
Sad
happened was
one.
he was playing chess with his son Carl, and his they made a bet, and so like he was like, okay, well, if you lose, the son was like, if you lose, you have to you have to have a mustache. You can't have a goatee. And
Hmm.
so he lost, and I think if he had won, Carl was going to have to make his dad a dozen deviled eggs. So seems reasonable. I don't know. Um,
It's a
anyway,
terrible bet.
I believe it though.
but like I mean, there are just if you look at like I mean, there are examples upon examples of this, out there of people being like, "Oh, that definitely is not him." I mean, look at him. The guy dresses like They also relaxed the dress code in the
Oh,
Senate.
I was gonna say I saw him in the Senate, like outside the Senate, like with a hoodie and some basketball shorts on, and there's like one of the senators behind him, just like gawking, like what the
I
fuck.
mean, to be fair, he does dress like Kevin Smith did 10 years ago. So I mean, like they're not wrong.
Adam Sandler dresses like that too. He's
Yeah.
a good guy. Whatever. Who
Well,
cares?
if he starts dating Taylor Swift, however,
Oh, that's true. Ugh.
well, no, I mean, he'll be a right wing
I
conspiracy as
mean, at
well.
least he's not giving HJs in theaters like some of the other people in
Oh
government
yeah,
are.
has that been already? Have we talked
We
about it?
haven't
Or has
talked.
that transpired?
No,
Yeah, that
sorry,
was
No,
little
another.
I don't
So
think
little
we
much.
talked
I
preview.
about it.
see. Like I said, so much in the world important has
So
happened.
much, so much.
Lauren
I'll let you,
Silver gave
I'll
some
let
dude a hand job in the theater. That's what happened.
yeah,
Yeah.
reaching across the aisle, as someone put it.
Yeah. There you
Uh,
go. There you go.
there it is.
That's a
Uh,
good one. That's a
um,
good one.
not mine.
I love it.
I like this story. It's from the New York Post. It's from the New York Post. And this is the headline, and I'm just going to go into it briefly. How NYC's fine dining elite got pranked by Gen Zers fake steakhouse, complete with milk servers, celebs, and wedding proposal. So
Ooh.
this guy with 16 of his roommates live in this place downtown, like in downtown Manhattan. They live in
Uh-huh.
this like it's an old professional building. And so during the pandemic, he used to just make steak dinners for him like every other week. And so they created a fake waiting list, and then they put out a bunch of feelers out there saying like this is the hottest place in town, like one of the oldest
Hell
restaurants in
yeah.
town.
I love that.
And so people came, and they just did it for one night. He's an AI startup founder, but he's 21 years old.
Wow.
65 of his friends, so he's got good organizational skills. And
Uh-huh.
and everybody, and like they interviewed a bunch of people. They're like, that seemed a little off. Like first off, they had milk tastings because they were celebrating everything from part of the cow and all this stuff. And they were like, this cow is actually, and they had a picture of a cow, and they're like, this is Bessie. And we just milked this cow, and all this stuff. And then
This
some,
is freaking awesome,
yeah,
actually.
it was really cool. And like uh they had literally had like 1,000 people show up, and they served, no, not 1,000 people, sorry, 500 people, and they served all of them. And people were like, okay, this isn't real, obviously, but like half of them. The other half
Yeah.
were like, we're
Yeah.
gonna sue your ass, like
Yeah, right.
yeah, no.
Come on.
You
Get
tricked me
over
into
it.
dinner.
They, he
Yeah,
put it,
that's your bad.
Right,
they put
right.
up, you can't really, but he put up a bunch of fake pictures around with him Photoshop, the chef
Oh,
photoshopped in.
I like this guy,
Yeah, I do too. He's
That's
That's
great.
funny.
photoshopped. He's right next to Kennedy eating a plate of spaghetti in this picture.
Fucking
Like,
hilarious.
like,
Tice, will you send me that picture? That's
yeah.
a good one.
Well, anyway,
Yeah.
I was like, that's a great prank, like, and get it closed down before the the board of what health board comes down and shuts you down.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's not so good. Let's see. I think I have
Not
one.
great, but
Oh, I have one more. And I'll let Matt get into the whole Trump stuff and all that stuff's coming up. Oh, so this is from the Miami Herald. Although I read about it several places. They found a new five-armed creature with spear-like teeth in the
Whoa.
ocean depths. Unfortunately, that would be cool if they found it like out in the woods,
yeah.
but it's a new species, and it's somewhere on the Pacific Rim, like over on the eastern side, um, just north of the western side. I can't even pretend to know how to pronounce the name of this thing, but it is cool looking, and definitely nightmare fuel if you are so inclined to be afraid of, you know, being 20,000 feet under the sea, and being able
If
to
that's
remove your.
you need it, so yeah, you need some additional fear on top of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
That's
mean,
yeah.
you got some other problems going on with the compression and whatnot, or just the bends, let's say. Anyway, so I was close enough to being a squid that I thought I would put it in my roundup. Oh, it was found in the Philippine Sea, which I like. This is the last thing of the article. The last sentence says the Philippine Sea is to the east of the Philippines. So, just in case you were curious.
There you go.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that's
Directionally
nice.
challenged.
thank you, Miami Herald.
Ah,
Okay, and I yield the floor.
Thank you.
Smith,
The
I need a gavel.
You do.
notable, yeah. Where are my tabs? Where are my tabs at? All right. All right. So yeah. So
Tabby.
Tyson, we want a couple things on. I guess we'll talk about on the Trump front. I don't have particular headlines, but probably kind of the couple biggest things that have transpired. Was he has this civil case going on in New York, which just kicked off today. He's in
Yes.
court today. He did not look like a very happy person to be
Oh
in
my
court
God,
today.
no.
He's
Yeah.
such an angry man. He's so
Grumpy,
mad.
Trumpy.
So mad. Very Trumpy. But before this even started, I think it was maybe Monday or Tuesday of last week, that basically the judge, before the trial even started, looked at it and said, yeah, you're full of shit. You lied about all this stuff. You're a fraudulent organization, and ordered the dissolution of the Trump organization. So the Trump company, as we know it, unless something changes, is no more. There will be no more Trump steaks. There will be no more Trump University. Just the man himself.
God
Just
bless
the
These
him.
are all
dipshit
good.
himself.
These are all good things for humanity.
These are all good things.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. To translate for our right wing audience, these are all good. We know you're out there. But yes, so anyway, he did start. Trial started today. I'm not sure if he was just made an appearance just to be Trumpy in person. I'm guessing, because I don't think he actually had to be there. I think he just wanted to be
Just
Trump.
angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so basically, yeah, they revealed that he lied about it. So it's going to be interesting because they think we'll probably learn at some point in this, like, how much he's actually worth. And it's not going to be nearly what he was touting.
Nope,
So
can't
that's
wait.
going to be fun.
Yep.
The other one, too, is Jack Smith made an addendum to his gag order. Originally, a couple weeks ago, he had requested a gag order on President Trump because he keeps threatening people on Truth Social, and he keeps doing it and doing it and doing it, and he was told he shouldn't do that. And so I believe either Friday or today, he basically sent a new motion basically for an aggressive gag order that would basically limit Trump on all social media, so he just can't say this bullshit. So that, if you want it, like, and so that's going to be interesting because this is the most foreseeable path to him winding up in jail or something in a very expeditious fashion before we even get to court, because if he violates, I mean, so I'm looking forward to see how that plays out. Yeah, so that's yeah, lots going on there. It's a never-ending story. I wish to Christ we had a different candidate than Joe Biden. We'll talk about that some
Same.
other day. But oh my
God.
God, they've got to
Yeah,
figure some
not
shit out.
yet. I know.
It's bad. I don't know what they're thinking, but it's anybody. Jesus Christ, find somebody. Just somebody.
That Gavin Newsom seems all right. I
He
don't
does
know.
seem all right, and I know, and it's like, and they're all. The Democratic Party is going to
Oh,
wind us
it's
costing
just
us democracy.
yep.
Like they really are. They're
You're
so
right.
inept.
You're right.
They are. They
Oh
are.
my
Anyway, I don't want to
God,
talk about it.
dude.
It's bad. We'll talk about it in November. We need to be together on the next election. I like just for emotional
Because
support.
it might be the last election, guys.
We
Like
it
truly,
might be.
truly.
So we
Yeah.
need a shit ton of drugs and yeah, and we're gonna watch democracy go out with a bang. It's gonna be great.
Yes. All right.
Woohoo!
I'm down.
A couple lighter notes. Grand chess master Hans Niemann
Ooh,
categorically denies uses vibrating sex toys to cheat at the sport.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So you
I
guys see
didn't see
this?
this.
So it doesn't actually
Tice, you
say
saw
how.
this?
Yeah, they've been
No.
talking about it for a while. Like,
Oh
Yeah, and
shit.
it
All
doesn't.
right.
allegations have been there.
Yeah, but apparently the World Chess Organization or whatever the authoritative figure in this is basically like had said that like he confessed and then says, "Oh, it's very messy." The only thing it doesn't tell you is exactly how he used the vibrating sex toy to. So I had to I guess a little bit, and I arrived at a conclusion. I don't know how it makes me a better chess player, but I'm willing to give it a shot. So
I was like, is this a fucking ass rape product endorsement like thing? Like we haven't done one of those in a long time.
I don't. Yeah, and I
But
really
it's been
want to
a
know how
minute.
this.
It has actually been a minute.
I want to know how this cheating works. I want to like.
I
Just,
heard,
like
I heard that somebody else was. It was remote controlled operated, and somehow they were passing some sort of coded messages to them. Now, who
well, I
knows?
think we know how they were passing. Oh,
Through
that's too loud.
vibrations,
But
like Morse code.
yeah, but
Like,
I don't know what he memorized to I mean, I can barely remember what the little horsey does. I don't know which way he moves, like left and. I mean, I don't know what he's getting
That's,
from these.
plus
I
it's
know.
hard. Yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Oh, anyway. So, yeah, people take that shit serious. Like, that's
Wow. Yeah,
that's
they do.
really
Yeah.
confusing.
Wow.
They got nothing else
Uh,
for
they got. That's true. That's true. They got that guy out pushing the button. That's what they got.
that.
And the last one, I meant to go through here and pull out some priceless quotes because there were a handful of them, but this comes from this is a little bit older, September 26th. I'm all good friends at the Hayes Post. Hayes USD 49 board hears concerns about private bathrooms at new high school. So, what scandal is calling USD 489 now? Well, they're talking about having private bathrooms that can be used by both genders, and of course the populace of Hayes, Kansas collectively freaks the fuck out.
Yep. Of
Really,
course.
the easiest quote at
Dicks.
the bottom was from, let's see here, Kent Ficken, who I'm assuming is some local dipshit. Hayes resident also opposed the bathrooms. It's not just about private poop. It's about taking care of our young girls.
That's a good one.
It is. So it's not. Yeah. So they made and they like and they actually
Dear
go
God.
into and the interesting thing about it is that like and it actually makes a really like I'm glad to see that the administrators are like of the times because they really are like it reduces bullying. Like it's a good way to have to get people out of a situation because as someone who went to middle school and as someone who was bullied in that middle school, yeah, bathrooms are fucking terrifying. They're like,
They are
but
terrifying.
that's where it happens, and all these people are freaking
Literally
out.
hid in those exact
Right.
bathrooms.
And basically, they just think they're going to have sex parties in these bathrooms now. Like, that's
Really?
like the other, I couldn't find the other comment, but they're like, this is not
So
a place
gross.
for, like, these teenagers are going to just go,
You know what kills a mood, though? You know what really kills a mood? A urine trough that everyone has to share. No one's
That
having
is
sex
true.
in that room.
That is true. That is true. That is an implied men's room right there. You don't have to put a sign on the door. You just know you're in the wrong place.
Those ladies will walk in and walk right the fuck out. And they're like, unless they're real hardcore, hike that labia up and squirt it out.
I knew it was coming, Tyson. I fucking knew it. Like that. Yep, there it is. Hike that labia up.
Hike that labia up.
That's a classic, Tyson.
Now, I am sure that you have
one.
I'm sure that you've peed in a urinal, right? I mean,
yes.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. I mean,
totally.
You would totally do that, right? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if I had to, I would. Whatever.
I mean, I've seen people pee in the sink when there's like toilets overflowing. What do you want to cause more problems? I mean, people will do what they have to do.
They have to do. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But they won't have sex in there.
Probably not. No.
Sex in there. I promise you that.
No. That's
They might buy some weed from Leslie Playgrave in the.
Settling some scores right now. Okay.
I love Leslie. Sorry, Leslie, if you listen to this,
sure
thanks for all the weed in high school.
Statute of limitations has run out on that a long time ago.
Big time. Yeah. Nobody knows.
We can name all our dealers now. Yeah.
This was pre-cameras at Hayes High. It was genius.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Who's watching those cameras? Are they jerking off to those cameras? Oh my god.
Oh, maybe now.
Yeah. It is pretty.
Got to get on TikTok somehow. Got to be viral somehow.
If just one nice restaurant in Hayes would just have, unisex bathrooms, everybody would be like, "Oh, this is actually quite nice." Oh, it'd take us one restaurant, and they'd be like, "Oh, this isn't so bad."
You're right.
Yeah, because it's not bad. It is not a big deal.
It's not.
Right. We need like the gay guy from Modern Family. We need like the equivalent of that in a bathroom form for Hayes, Kansas, so they can ease into it.
That's right.
Fashion. They can
agree.
Like, oh, Gutierrez's. I think Gutierrez's is the place.
For obvious reasons.
Get a sign up sheet.
Looking at you.
Yeah.
Sign up sheet in the bathroom. Yeah, this is all right.
Put this all right. How was your unisex bathroom experience?
They have a little QR code for a survey to take after you're done taking a dump or pissing.
That's so funny. Old people would be like, I'm trying to QR the menu, but it keeps coming up asking me about urinals, and I don't understand. Why is this happening? No, it's the other one.
Why is it asking if I had sex in the bathroom? The answer is always no.
That little smiley face that they've got like that was your sexual encounter in our bathroom. Medium. Bucky's. That's why
Bucky's started up, man. All right. I got a few. Before I go into my headlines, though, do we want to talk about Lauren Boebert? I feel like everybody already knows about it. But
well, there's some great things about it. First off, the timeline's great. She got kicked out of a show, Beetlejuice. Her first response was, I was having a great time at Beetlejuice. If anyone has brought a problem with what I was doing, they should blame Beetlejuice because it's so irreverent and funny. And then the video came out the next day, and it was like, that's not Beetlejuice's fault. I don't know what you said 3 times to make that happen.
Oh man, yeah.
But I mean, then she apologized, and it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Perfect world.
Water under the handjob bridge.
That's true. Well, the other funny thing about that was that, and I don't know if you saw this, but as the story progressed through the collective minds of our generation, his I guess the guy that she was who the receivee of the hand job, the hand job I think is
Yeah.
what they call it. He actually like is like a bar owner and does drag shows at his bar,
Uh-huh. Yep.
and is a Democrat. And so
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he basically
Yeah.
blamed the hand job on going to the theater with a Democrat and
Democrat.
just brought it out of her. Like, that was another explanation that I saw. That like you
Oh,
just that's
that's a
why I don't.
good
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So she's quick, fellas. If
You know what?
you
I was
can.
a Democrat from like
Yes.
age 12 up, and none of that shit was happening for me. No matter how many shows I went to, it didn't work. It doesn't work.
You
Don't
probably
try,
hung
kids.
out with classier girls than Lauren Boebert. Yeah,
Yes.
That's
yeah,
probably true.
Smarter
yeah.
women.
Smarter women.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Smarter
Oh
women.
man. Gross.
So yeah.
And
So
yeah, she
I mean, we look forward to the next chapter.
that
Yeah.
we do. That we do.
Right?
Can't wait.
Yeah, we're 36 months away from her being an OnlyFans. Yeah, I think that's where
It's
I think that's where
true.
she's
I
headed.
mean, she's single now, guys. She doesn't know how to act. That's what she said as well. You know,
Oh.
it's
She's
her
single.
first.
She doesn't know how to act.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's her first date in a while. You know, she's
Oh
like,
yeah.
"Do I do hand jobs in theaters anymore?
Oh, I
What
know.
has happened to
If she
America?"
can't shoot it, she's very confused.
Yeah.
She's just.
She has to go back to. She has to put her mind back when she was
Woo!
13, and she's like, okay, what do I do?
That's
What did I
right.
do when I was 13?
Before all my congressional aspirations, take me
Yeah.
back to that girl.
Okay, I was in the back of the Trans Am, and then Foreigner was playing. No, it wasn't Foreigner. It was Red Hot Chili Peppers. And what happened?
I was gonna say she's younger than us, so yeah.
Yeah.
She
Unfortunately,
is younger than us.
that's one
That's
thing she's got
sad.
on us.
Makes
Yeah,
me
she's
sad.
yeah,
Fucking
she's got a
hell.
lot of wistful energy. Yeah,
Yes, she does. Heyo.
play on words.
All right. A little slow on the drums. Sorry, guys. Okay. I've got a few. Totally switching to an entirely different subject.
Excellent.
Was on NPR. Bob Boilen, All Songs Considered, Tiny Desk, retiring from NPR after 35 years. Bob!
We salute you, Bob.
Absolutely.
We love you. Thank you for everything. Fucking God bless. And then this is local news and Colorado news. Black Bear Orchards in Palisade claims to have world's largest peach, or world's heaviest peach, I should say. They grew it, and it is a world-breaking peach, weighing in at about 2.3 pounds, which is crazy. I guess the previous record was 1.8. I have no idea what's going on in Guinness World, but this is kind of fun. I like learning about it. So, good on you, Black Bear Orchards. I love Palisade peaches. They're a good time. So next time you're in Colorado, check them out. And then Annie Lennox. This was from the Daily Mail, but I feel like it was all over the place a couple weeks ago. She sang at the World Vogue fashion show or whatever, and all of the iconic 90s supermodels came out, and she sang Sweet Dreams, and she was backed up by a whole like amazing chorus choir, whatever. It was fabulous. If you haven't seen the video yet, fucking watch it. It's electrifying. I love it. I'm also obsessed with Annie Lennox and the Eurythmics. So anyway, if you love them too, watch it. It's great. Have you guys seen that yet?
No.
By the way? Oh, it's so good. So good. And all of those supermodels still look fucking amazing. It's crazy. Like, apparently Cindy Crawford's daughter is in Bottoms, which I found out and didn't know.
Oh,
Did
is
you know
that
that, Tyson?
I know who it is now that you said that. I definitely
They look
know.
exactly alike.
They do look exactly alike.
It didn't connect. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, she definitely has her mother's like height. Like, she's a tall glass of water. That one.
Yeah.
I said I was 50, right? Didn't I mention that earlier?
You did mention that. Did mention it.
Glass of water.
Hey everybody, Tyson's 50. It's fine. We're in our 40s. Whatever. We're there. Let's just embrace it. And then last but not least, this is from the New York Post, which we all love so much. Hundreds of people who identify as dogs gather in city center. Did you guys see this? This happened in Germany, I believe, in Berlin.
No.
An estimated 1,000 people who prefer to be recognized as not humans but canines organized a gathering at the Berlin Platz railroad station in Germany. And critics were saying all kinds of shit, like what did they call animal security, like all kinds of stuff, test them for rabies, like shit like that, yelling at these people who were congregating. It was a whole mad mess, but kind of funny. A lot of the comments are pretty hilarious. There was a guy there who had bought a $14,000 hyper realistic dog suit, and he was quoted as saying that it was his lifelong dream to have something like this happen. So, you know what? Like, I'm glad that dreams came true
That
for.
rings a bell, actually. I think I know who that guy. Like that. Like when you mentioned that. Like I think I've seen
You
that on
know
a
that guy.
documentary or something. Because yeah, that's the thing you'll remember. So they were like, it was yeah, because he like dressed up and like pretended to be a dog and like would interact with people and lick people, and it was German as fuck.
It sounds German. It's very German.
So German.
Well, I think
That's so German.
my sister and her husband were talking about a kid that is in one of their kids' school that identifies as a cat, and the parents are like, "Just be
I think
cool,
there was one at Hayes High too,
just be
because
cool."
they were
Oh,
wanting a
we.
litter box of some sort.
Well,
Oh, I
I
think.
think that was a rumor. I think that actually, like, what I learned about that story later on was that was a rumor that was going around a lot of high schools right around the time,
Oh,
Oh,
right
okay.
around
okay.
the time of the trans rights thing. Yeah, because
Oh, well,
they were
fucking
trying to make a point, I guess. I don't know, but anyway, so yeah,
dumb.
I did look a little bit into that because when you originally told me that story about there's a girl at Hayes, I don't think she's a cat. I'm like, this is something I've got to research, and yeah, but turns out that was kind of
Debunked.
like a Snopes kind of thing that kind of happened, yeah, all
That
over.
is actually the kind of thing that could spread because somebody would be like, "Oh, really? Who?" Well, I don't know what
I
their
mean,
name is, but
we bought. I mean, I
yeah, we
believed
bought it.
it for yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
people identify as all kinds of things, so and that's fine. Like it just seems like that would catch wildfire. It'd be like,
Yes,
you know,
Yeah.
right, right.
Yeah.
But no litter boxes, to my knowledge. I don't think we actually
okay.
got to the point. Now in the private
No.
bathrooms, I don't know. Maybe there's
Do what you want. Do what
private
you
litter
want.
box.
Go
Yeah,
how you want, you know?
go how you want.
Who's
Uh,
gonna empty
not
this
just.
litter box?
Uh,
Uh,
Oh, those custodians are going to need a raise. All right,
oh,
let's
those
do some
are.
plugs.
Yeah.
You, the ice cream manufacturer. You, the frozen food distributor. And you, the food retailer. Stand today in the midst of a selling revolution. For today, you're in a merchandising era of self-service, where display and accessibility are the key to successful merchandising. Yes, today's problem is merchandising. To sell in high volume for high profits, frozen products are impulse items, and impulse buying is primarily an emotional decision.
something I was just thinking about because there's a video version of this. And most people don't watch it, but so this shirt with these glasses makes me kind of look like I'm wearing a superhero costume,
Oh my
doesn't it?
God, it does.
I just
You know what I took it as though, Tyson? I was like, damn, Tyson just doesn't want to let go of baseball season being over because you kind of have like a KC Royals thing
I
going on, which I
yeah.
appreciate.
Trust me, if you pay attention to the Royals, you can let it go. This year is fine. It was fine. The last 10 years, as a
Same
matter of
with the
fact.
Rockies. Dear God, they sucked on Saturday. It was so bad.
I don't have very many, even though it's been a long time. I finally watched this show called How To with John that's on HBO. It's on HBO
Oh,
Max.
yeah.
It's very good. It's very
Is
funny.
it? Fuck,
Um,
okay.
he's just a very Nathan Fielder is the producer. So imagine like a less crazy Nathan Fielder and a little bit more accessible, I would say. But anyway,
Okay.
there's 3 seasons. This is the last season. It just started, and all of them are up. Like all 6 episodes are up. So Futurama started again. You probably know that if you're a fan, but if you're not, they're on Hulu, and they just finished their first half season. And episode 10 was a classic. It was very, very good.
Good.
All those guys that write for that show are like astrophysicists and stuff, and they basically took on the question on that one, which was like, how do we prove that we're not in a matrix? And then they created a
Mm,
half-life matrix, and then those people were like, how do we prove that we're not? I mean, and it just gets crazier from there.
I like
And
it.
I think I haven't seen. I don't think I've seen any new movies since the last time we just spoke. I did see this movie called Dave Made a Maze, which came
Hmm.
out. I want to say 2017, 2019. And it's about a guy. You really should just come into this cold. It's comedy, fantasy, uh, bit drama y, um, and it's really about the creative spirit. So Dawson will get a kick out of it.
Okay.
Um,
I'm sold.
yeah,
Sounds cool.
but the whole thing starts with this guy, and he's like, his name's John Thune. He's a comedian,
Uh-huh.
but he didn't write it or anything like that. A guy named Bill Watterson wrote it, and I was like, is that the same Bill Watterson from Calvin and Hobbes fame? And it is not. But the basically the story starts about a guy who builds a cardboard maze in his living room, and then he gets lost in it. And
Oh.
he can't find his way out, and then it just
Huh.
goes from there.
Interesting.
It's everywhere. It's on Crackle. I mean, it's all over the
It's
place.
everywhere? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna look for it.
you'll be able to find it. It's real cute. And I'm trying to get more back into doing more musical um, plugs. And so I found a record I really, really like. It's by this band called Rat Boys. They're from Chicago,
Oh,
and the name
cool.
of the band is, or the name of the album is called The Window, and
Okay.
it just came out probably 2 weeks ago.
And
And
you got it on vinyl, right?
yes, uh,
Where is it?
oh, it's right here. But
Oh, sick. Okay.
that's a
Cool.
painting, by the way.
Is it?
Isn't that a sick
Holy
painting?
shit.
That's cool.
And
Yeah.
that's also a painting.
Wow.
No, I was like, oh,
I dig it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Anyway,
fun.
so on the front here, it's put out by Top Shelf Records, and for fans of Mannequin
Nice.
Pussy, Hop Along, Built to Spill, Land of Talk, Waxahachie, and I would say the Breeders. Throw them in for good measure.
Interesting.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, very very Tyson friendly, also quite good. And so that is it. Rat Boys, The Window. So those are my
Hell yeah.
plugs.
Cool.
Awesome.
I'm gonna check that out. Smith?
Yes, I did not have a lot this week, but I did have one. Kathy and I have been rewatching Justified, so we could get to the
Hell
new iteration of
yeah.
Justified, City Primeval, which is a terrible name, but they brought it back nonetheless, and really good. We just finished it off the other night, and I don't know, Dawson, I knew you watched Justified, didn't you, the original one?
We watched, I want to say the first season because Jonas's aunt is obsessed with it.
Okay.
And then I don't know, something came out and then we got distracted, went to whatever we were watching, and then never came back to
Gotcha.
it.
Well, I
So,
highly encourage you to return the series because I think
oh
you'll find it
shit, okay.
rewarding. Yeah, but no, the
I like
remake,
it. I mean, I had no problems with it.
yeah, and I didn't realize it had been about an 8 year hiatus between when it ended,
No
and I
shit.
didn't think it'd been that long, but yeah, it's been
Wow.
7 or 8 years. So yeah, so it's but no, it's good. It's good. It's those can be so often disappointing, as we learned with
Yes,
the
dear
reboot of
God.
Dexter, which some things just should not be touched ever. But no, it's good. So highly recommend it. And to finally watch Bottoms, and enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
Oh no
If
shit. God,
yeah,
I need
if
to
you're
get on
gonna
that.
obtain it illegally online, just be careful. That's my only
Yeah, that's
advice
a good
to
one.
you. Is,
Oh yeah.
use appropriate syntax.
It's a good disclaimer there.
But no, it's very good, very cute.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that this weekend so we can finally fucking talk about
Chat.
it more in depth. Cool. All right, got homework. Okay, so my first plug is kind of, I don't know, like, I guess watch at your own risk because it's hard to watch. And it's the Boy Scouts of America documentary on Netflix that just came out. I don't know if you've seen it yet,
I
Smith.
did watch it.
Tice,
Yeah, I did
don't
watch it.
watch it. Like, I mean, it's just really hard to watch. Like, but everybody needs to watch it at the same
Yeah.
time because it's just fucking like insane how many people have come forward, and it makes me really fucking sad. So if you want to be depressed about what's been happening there, go ahead and give it a shot. It's a very well done documentary. And then I finally watched Barbie while I was in Kirksville with my mom and absolutely loved it. Her and I definitely were just loving every minute of it. And I could tell my sister, Katja, was like almost going cross eyed because she just wanted to leave. She was not into it at all. My brother was like, why do I have to sit here and watch this for 2 hours? And then my stepdad was just like, I think he was pretending to like it, which I appreciate because my stepdad's like the nicest guy on the planet. But my mom loved it. And so it was just really cool to see it for the first time with her. So
Good.
that was fun. And then there's a couple new albums that came out. Explosions in the Sky. Do you guys listen to them at all ever?
Been a
Uh,
while.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard that new
Um,
single. I've heard the single.
yeah,
Uh,
the single's really good.
yeah.
And the album's pretty good too. If you're looking for stuff that's just all instrumental and like very cinematic, check it out. And then one of my favorite bands of all time, Blonde Redhead, just put out an album. It's called Sit Down for Dinner, which is very good. And they are going on tour too. So
Mm.
something to check out there. And then I have an unplug. uh, so this film was produced by A24. It stars Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Michaela Watkins. I love both of them equally. And it's called You Hurt My Feelings. Have you guys seen this advertised or the
I don't.
trailer for it?
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so.
so. No.
It is like not great at all. It's honestly one of those like weird indie like New York movies that probably shouldn't have been made. Like some like first time director, writer, producer is just like, I'm going to make a story about a day in my life. And literally it shouldn't have been made. I was like, this is the most boring shit
Yeah.
ever.
Isn't it always
Not
like?
great.
Isn't it always depressing when A24 puts out a movie that isn't good? Like, because you're like, you have
Yes.
such a great track record. Like, why are you doing this? Like, I'm
I
real worried about that
know.
Dick's musical that's coming out. Even though I think it looks
Me
good,
too.
I'm worried it
I know.
might be bad.
I'm worried about it now because this was like it was trash, and I love those actresses and
Hmm.
the actors. Like everybody in it was great. The script sucked. It was not. It was not good. It's basically like about an author who catches her husband talking shit on her stupid book, and then holds it against him for the rest of the movie. That's it.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's not enough.
That's not.
It is
That's not.
not enough.
Not enough. No. No.
There's like
You'd
barely
like
any
an alien
resolution or
sidekick
point
or
to it.
something. Yeah. That's nothing. Nothing.
It's like you're both terrible people. That's it, I guess.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's not enough. It's not enough
No,
for a movie.
no, it's not. So anyway, avoid that. Don't pay the $5.99 or whatever, or don't even waste your time ripping it off the internet. It's not worth it.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
Have you heard the Slow Dive record? Either one of you guys, the new one?
Mm-mm.
I heard the single, and that is actually very good.
Yeah, I really actually, I like. It's good. I mean, yeah, it's good. I wouldn't plug it, but it's definitely if you like, it's definitely worth listening to.
Okay.
Dawson, I wanted to ask you real quick because I meant to ask you before the show, but have you seen either of the two shorts that Wes Anderson did on Netflix?
Not yet.
That are
Yeah,
they're
me
actually
neither.
They've all been released, and we're going to start watching them.
okay.
I think
Maybe we saw that there
tomorrow.
were two of them. I think we watched the first one, which was the shorter one, which had that Dev Patel, which is amazing and everything.
Oh
Is in.
yeah. Did you
Um,
like it?
It was cute. Yeah, it was
It
cute.
was cute.
Like
Okay.
it was like 17 minutes. There's another one that I think is like a little bit longer, 45 minutes. And are there more than those? Just
There's
those
four,
two?
I
right?
think there's 4.
Okay, there's
Yeah.
4. Okay, but interesting. Just a kind of a late minute plug, but to check that out because they are kind of fun,
Yeah.
just something kind of different, and they're just like ridiculously beautiful Wes Anderson.
Wouldn't
Just
it, I mean, don't you
Fucking
think
love
that
that
Wes
guy.
Anderson shouldn't be allowed to submit that to the Academy Awards? Because I mean, isn't that be like shooting fish in a
No, I don't
barrel?
think you should.
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
Maybe
you're right.
maybe like an Emmy, I guess, because it's kind of a series, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know how you submit it.
I mean, I'm guessing if Netflix ponied up the cash, they're gonna
They're gonna
also
submit
want
it,
that.
yeah.
They're gonna
Oh,
want that
for
nod. So,
fucking sure.
Yeah. It's like
so
hiring.
that'll be interesting.
For
That's a
art
good
direction
point.
alone, it should get all the awards.
That's
Like
a good
just from
point,
the
though.
trailer, I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, now that's a really good point, though. Like once you do the big movies, you don't get to do the little ones anymore. I think that's
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
fair.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna get something for Asteroid City probably anyway. Maybe
I would, yeah.
I think so. He
Yeah.
should.
at
That's
least
another great
at
movie.
least screenplay, So
Yeah.
Yeah.
so,
So,
ah.
so anyway,
Tyson,
check those
didn't
out.
you say that's your favorite Wes Anderson movie?
I think it is my favorite one. I mean, I've always kind of held out of the Rushmore was my favorite because the first time I saw it, I just was so
Yeah.
tickled by it. But I think it is the best one because it's meta on several levels,
Big time.
because
Yeah.
it's a play within a story within a movie within a book. It's like oof, And
Yeah,
so
lots of layers.
lots of stuff going on. Yeah.
Mhm.
But anyway, I will watch those, Matt, or because they do look good. So
You have to. It'll make
I
my heart happy if
I
nothing
will.
else.
I'll text a picture of me in front of it.
Just make sure that it's art directed perfectly. Have Beth like center you in the frame and have your cool
Yeah.
glasses on and a cool
Yeah.
t-shirt. Yeah,
Yeah.
we
It's only
need
shades of
style.
brown. Only shades of
Yeah.
brown and yellow. Yeah.
You have to say things like, "I thought it lacked texture."
Oh my god, please, that would be amazing.
Okay.
Thanks for the reminder. I gotta tell Jonas about that. Yeah, I guess we're done.
Be up your alley. Yeah, I think it seems about
Yeah.
that time. It was about that time. People need to eat. Get the
Yeah.
kids to
I
bed.
got some air fried wingies calling my name. So
Very good.
mhm.
Very good.
All right. Always
All
a
right.
pleasure, guys. Good to see you.
Yes.
Good to see you guys too.
And we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Sound good? All
All
right.
right.
Sounds good.
Bye.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh, I forgot. We don't just quit.
We have to wait for the song to end.
Wait till it's
It's on
over.
our contract.
Like we don't. Yeah, we don't talk at all after the show. We just.
No, we don't. We don't. We're very professional.
Very.